we should head to Trump vowing to veto this defense bill, because that's another shot in the what the hell are you doing? Like, I honestly don't know where his mindset is. He's basically, President Trump is threatening to veto a critical defense spending bill unless Congress agrees to repeal a liability shield for social media companies. The president tweeted last Tuesday that Section 230 of the 1996 Communications Decency Act is a serious threat to our national security and election integrity. Section 230 provides legal protection for technology companies over content from third parties and users. So that's you and me. That's basically saying us, the people who post on a website. So that could be further than just social media. That can be just a media site. That's very important to note.
Yep.
Trump referred to the provision as a liability shielding gift to big tech. So this is just a framing that he's giving you, that you have to understand that it's a framing. If he doesn't get it his way, Trump is threatening to nix his year's National Defense Authorization Act, a crucial piece of annual legislation that covers authorization for pay raises and other spending needs for the nation's military. So I immediately would say that I am not for increased military spending, but it's also it's an omnibus bill that comes in every year and has for 60 years. So it is more just you breaking a norm.
Yeah.
And the fact that he tweeted about it, I'm not sure if you had the tweet up as well.
Yeah. I'll turn it back. My bad.
No. But it's important to note that, like, he's insane enough to tweet it, that Section 230, which is a liability shielding gift for the U.S. to big tech, the only companies in America that have it, corporate welfare, which is not true already, is a serious threat to our national security and election integrity. You don't put this as a statement. You put this as a document that you write later. Yeah. If you were a honest actor, if you are a real president who is really trying to say, for instance, that maybe Section 30 shouldn't shield them from all of the things, it can have changes in the document so that so that they have some liability for some of it, but that they don't have liability for every person's what they drop on the internet. And that's really what's happening.
So basically, it's like they're using the thing as a publisher, saying like, well, we're publishers of other people's content. Like, other people are responsible for whatever that they're doing. This is from my perspective what I think the whole thing is with Section 230. They're saying that they're not responsible for what the people publish on our site. They can somewhat dictate, like, YouTube and all these other places, what's appropriate and what's not appropriate because it's their site. But then at the same time, they don't want to be held liable for whatever we say. Like, let's say we can't stand Trump, right? They don't want to be, if they at some point down the line that's considered a bad thing, they don't want to be held liable or get sued or get punished for what we're saying, which I think is honestly, as a business, it's a smart thing to do on their side. I think what's crazy about this is, like, we're getting
it's a liability of free speech too. I mean, this is free speech argument.
But let me explain what I was going to say. Either way you look at it, us as the people that are putting stuff up are screwed. We're getting screwed by YouTube and Facebook and all this other stuff because of their restrictions, even though we're supposed to be able to say whatever we want in this world and so on and so. We're on their platform, so they could stop us at any point if they feel something's inappropriate, which is a form of censorship. Now, if he does this type of stuff, I feel like it could also censor us on the other side. And actually, does it? Because if they were to get rid of this, they're saying that basically anybody could say anything, right? So then is that what that would resolve? Because
the resulting issue here is that if you take away that clause, most likely the companies would need to clamp down further. They would need to then go out of their way and ban anybody who has ever said anything that is obscene or at all, like somebody defines as obscene or wrong.
I thought the purpose of him trying to get rid of this was for they said he was pissed off because he got shut down on Twitter. So I thought the purpose of this, from what I was interpreting it as, was to allow people to say whatever they wanted to say, and like the businesses, like he's basically punishing the businesses, not the people, right? Is that what he's trying
But
to
that's
do?
what it is. It's more of his. It's a punishment. It's less of a like this. He's not coming from a intelligent standpoint. He's not seeing the long term effects of like
Yeah.
if you want to change the act so that they have some liability, that's might make sense now, especially when there are large media companies that have control of the audience. But what he
Mm.
was mad about is that he believes Facebook and Twitter are actually censoring Republicans,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he wants to basically he wants to basically just punish these companies into either allowing everything and then having basically full on fights with the courts when there's a problem with their content. And honestly, that it would turn into a melee basically. And that's why nobody wants to change the law how it stands.
If they
Not even
now,
the right wing wants to
if
change this.
if they allow everything, wouldn't that just create a lot of noise on the internet? Meaning, like,
Yes.
nothing. You
It
won't
would
know what's true and what isn't true at this point. Everybody will start lawsuits and all this other stuff, creating conflicts
yes.
amongst people. So yeah, and he
So
likes
and
that
then it
because
would
he could.
cause the companies that are big would be able to handle that. And the companies that are small or mid would never be able to handle that. You'd see the end of Tumblr. You'd see the end of Twitter would survive, but they would just basically clamp down on all the people who are on their site. Like there it's just like these small moves to you're correct, punish the companies.
Yeah. So
And
like
then
I look.
you would have ON, and that's the thing. They want Fox News and ON and to be the real juncture for that group of people. So they don't give a shit. They just want their people to then have some power in that
It's crazy
situation.
because I could see like censorship on both ends. Like right now, I feel like I'm being censored, and then I feel like if they get rid of it, I'll be even more censored. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. There's like let's just create more organized chaos. It's like
Yes.
oh my god, oh my god, this guy's crazy. And then
And
he's
it's
gonna what from what I was watching on because I like watching a lot of news. From what I was saying is chances are he's probably not gonna be able to do it. Like they're gonna call him on it. From hopefully they'll call him on it. Hopefully the Democrats don't like fall in line and say okay yeah we'll get rid of 230 or whatever it is, because in reality if he does that his base is going to be pissed if he doesn't fund the military. So
yes.
I can't see it happening, and a lot of
Yes.
people talking about it feel like they should just call his bluff. I hope they do, but I don't trust the Democrats either, man. They're all crazy, man. Like they're all that we need term limits. We need to get rid of a lot of the people that are there. It seems like they do things for people's best interests, and at the end of the day, you see over time that they really didn't do what they said they were going to do. Like we spoke earlier, they when Obama was elected, he was talking all this progressive type of stuff. Oh yeah, da da da, we're going to do this, and it didn't work out. You know what I mean? And now they still talk that way. Every time I get on the news, listen to the news, I hear that where he's going to be the most progressive president, since God knows who. And I'm like, okay, I don't believe that with Biden. And the people that he's bringing in has proven me otherwise. Even Trump ran on that. He was saying, oh, everybody's going to get health care and everybody's going to do this. And then he started doing things that are pulling people out of healthcare, you know, with pre-existing conditions and all this other crazy crap, trying to get rid of Obamacare, and they're all full of crap, man. And this is just another sign of it. They just want organized chaos so that they can kind of navigate through it and get power, and it's scary that a lot of people don't see that happening. They're utilizing this so that when like he wants to start his own news network or be at least part of a news network where he can start spewing his propaganda, and he wants the oceans that he has to travel to be calm for his garbage. You know what I mean? Like basically he wants to set the trail that he's going on in a way for him to benefit from it before he gets out of office. So he's doing the things with his pardons and everything else to make him a certain type of person so that when he leaves, he can keep the propaganda machine going and his popularity with his base going, so that hopefully by 2024 or whoever he decides to back then, he'll have the people's focus on him and his cause, and it's scary, man. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I just feel
Well,
like
to me, this just goes back to the strongman argument that I brought up either it was last week, I believe. But there's a lot of these strongmen happening. I mean, we're going to talk about Modi a little bit here in a minute. So basically, I think that this is just a tactic that's happening across the globe. I think that's the one thing that I would like to focus on, is that
right,
this is happening across the globe right now. It just is so easy because Trump is such a buffoon that it takes up so much space.
yeah,
And we need to not concentrate on it being the only thing. Like, we're gonna, like,